Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So, if you've been following me for a while here or on Instagram, you might know me as a dancer, as a content creator, as a person who works in a 9 to 5 job. But beyond that, I have not really shared a lot about me, about what I do, what my journey looks like, what sort of challenges am I facing, and all of that. And to be honest, I did not talk about it because I felt like my problems were too small to talk about. It was not like, oh, I don't have food or shelter. It's not those kind of problems that I face. And that's the reason I didn't feel like coming here and telling, because it sounded like a very privileged people problem. So all these days I kept invalidating what I was going through, and I just kept it to myself and a few friends of mine. But just like how you're told not to compare your success with others, do not compare your struggles with others. Just because someone else is having a much more difficult situation than you doesn't mean you have to invalidate what you're going through. Yes, you have to be grateful for what you have, but it doesn't mean you have to just completely shut down how you're feeling about your life. That is one thing that took me years to learn. So, about my content creator journey, it's been almost 2 years since I started this page on YouTube and Instagram, and I still see no growth. And I have been consistent, but I just feel like it's not going anywhere no matter what. And when I look at people who come after me, who've just started Instagram like 3 months back, 4 months back, they make an Instagram reel telling, I started my Instagram or YouTube 3 months back. I've been posting consistently, and now I have like 50K followers or 100K followers. And I'm like, what? I've been posting for almost 1.5 years right now, and I still see no growth. So sometimes I feel like, am I going somewhere wrong? Like, should I do something different? Because I've been following a lot of creators recently, and I don't see a lot of difference between my content and theirs. Like, I mean, of course, a lot of people put in a lot of effort, but even those creators who put in equal effort as mine get followers so quickly, and I'm just like, you know, I don't know when this is going to happen. So that's one thing that I am going through right now, because from my college life, I've always dreamt of doing something unconventional. I can't imagine a life without being a content creator. For me, it's like this is my passion: making videos, talking in front of the camera, doing stuff, being creative, coming up with new content ideas is something that I love the most, and I don't mind putting in my effort. But I just want to know that it's going to happen someday, especially when you're growing in a strict brown household where you've been conditioned, controlled, and your freedom is taken away from you because they think that's the right thing to do. You just feel this need to prove it to your parents that doing something unconventional is good, and just prove it to them that you can do it, and a life like this is possible and it's good. And when I'm having this very bad urge to prove it to them, and I see my numbers stay the same for months together, I am just like, how do I get out of this? Like, I come from a very strict household. They talk about caste, they talk about culture, tradition, and they're still living in the 1980s, and they expect me to follow the same. So, although I've been given education, money, I don't have to worry about anything like that. But I just want my freedom. Sometimes it's like, I don't want the money, I don't want your stability, I just want my freedom. I just don't know what I'm doing. Like, should I just stay here because it's safe, or should I like leave home because that's something that I really want? So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just also in a full time job that I don't really like. I'm feeling very, very, very stuck. It's just that you're in that stage in your 20s where everything is coming and falling on your head at the same time. You stop meeting your friends often, you stop having that free time a lot, and whenever you're actually sitting in your room doing nothing, there is nothing but guilt, because you have this thought of, oh my god, I am 24 and I have to do something, I can't waste my time. So even when you're free, when you get that free time, you're just like, no, I have to do something. So either you're too busy, or when you're not busy, you're thinking about, why am I not busy, am I doing the right thing? All of this just comes at the same time. It's not a vibe. And I'm also at this stage in my life where I actually, for real, stop comparing my life with others. Because from outside everybody's life look glamorous, but when you actually go and talk to them, ask them about how's it going, they're like, bro, let's not talk about life. Because it's nice to see certain people's life. They might be traveling, they might be having a better job, better pay, better finances, better family. It can look like that, but that doesn't mean you're happy entirely. And that's when I realized that no matter what, no matter how much you succeed in your life, no matter how much you get what you want, you're always gonna feel that like there's something that's lacking in your life. So what I realized was this feeling of lack is never going to end. So why should I just sit and wait for the day when I'm doing better, when I can just be in the present and try to feel a little bit more fulfilled? Because the more you outgrow the past versions of yourself, and no matter how much you succeed, it's not enough, because you always tend to aim higher. If that is the case where I am not going to be completely happy no matter how much I succeed, why am I worrying about everything today? Like, why can't I just be in the moment and live? Because I'm not going to get today. You are not going to get today. Stopping to compare my life with others is something that has given me so much peace. To stop worrying about my age, to think about the fact that I might be a little late in my career. I just stopped thinking about that, because what's the point in thinking about it? It's just going to waste even more of your time. So that's one thing. So coming to the privileged people problem that I have, like I was saying, from outside it looked like I have everything in my life. My parents support me financially, they give me everything, but one condition is to go for an arranged marriage. There is no talk of love marriage in my household. There is no talk of intercaste marriage or whatsoever it is. And even though I don't have a boyfriend right now, the one thing that I want from life is that when I'm out there, I don't want to restrict myself. I will not be looking at any guy because my dad is going to find someone for me. I didn't want to restrict myself. And that's all that I wanted. I didn't want money. I didn't want, anything, just that. But when I told that to my parents, it became a huge fight. And they were like, how can you say this? You have to marry someone from our caste. And how can you think about people from other caste? And the whole drama has happened. That made me just feel like this is the worst life that I have been living. But after a week of thinking and contemplating everything, I realized that I should act a little smart. Like, I don't have a boyfriend right now. So why am I like fighting for someone who is literally non existent at this point? Why am I going out and about and telling my parents that it's okay to have an intercaste marriage when I don't really have anybody? So, yeah, that's the vibe at home right now. But one thing that I realized is that all of us have something that we lack in life. For example, I look at a girl who has all the freedom in her life. Her parents are very chill and she can go around for sleepovers, go around for parties, travel, and just live life without really worrying about, oh my God, what do I say my parents? I envy those kind of people. But when I go and talk to those kind of people who have everything that I've always wanted, there is something that they lack in their life. And that might not be something that I want, but for them, that is something huge. One thing that I realized is that no matter what you are blessed with, you will always feel like there is something that is lacking in your life. And unfortunately, I think unless you really practice gratitude and you're like really happy with the little smallest things in life, I don't think you'll ever feel like have everything in life. So out of my 24 years of my life, almost, I'm 23, I'm going to turn 24 in next 2 months. One thing that I realized is that you shouldn't keep waiting for that day to be happy, waiting for that occasion to dress up, waiting for that perfect moment to do everything, because the perfect moment might never arrive if you don't choose to make it perfect. If you're someone who's watching this video and you're going through a lot in life, I know there are different problems. I know mine is a very, very privileged kind of a problem. I know a lot of you might be going through a lot of stuff that is much harder than what I am going through. But one thing that I can say is that don't wait to be happy. Don't wait for that perfect day to finally feel happy. Seize the opportunity and live in the moment is all I can say. That's all I know right now. I don't know a lot of philosophy. I'm just a 24-year-old girl trying to figure it out. So, yeah, so that was all about me in this video. And yeah, so if you've been watching my video and if you made it till here, firstly, thank you so much for sticking until the end. Not a lot of people do that. And if you did like my video, do think of liking, sharing, and subscribing to my YouTube channel, and stay tuned for more.